Do you believe in reincarnation? We all die one day, but what happens after that? We have many questions about life and death. In this post, we will tackle the mystery of reincarnation and try to find out if rebirth is a reality or just a myth. Let's explore the real meaning of death and rebirth. What is reincarnation? Proponents of reincarnation claim that after death, the soul is reborn in a new body. It is a central belief of many Eastern religions such as Hinduism and Buddhism. The term reincarnation comes from Latin and means rebirth. It assumes that the soul does not die but is in an eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. The idea of reincarnation offers an explanation for the suffering and injustice in the world because it holds that an individual's destiny depends on his or her actions in previous lives. It is also a glimmer of hope because it offers the possibility of improvement in future lives. Although the idea of reincarnation is by no means shared by all, it is an interesting concept that invites us to reflect on our lives and actions. Where does the belief in reincarnation come from? Have you ever wondered where the belief in reincarnation came from? The roots of this concept go back thousands of years and can be found in various cultures and religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and/or Jainism. The belief in reincarnation is based on the idea that the soul enters a new body after death and thus finds itself in an endless cycle of birth and death. The origins of the belief in reincarnation, however, cannot be traced to a specific person or time, but have evolved gradually throughout history and have been influenced by various philosophers, scholars, and spiritual leaders. In the Western world, belief in reincarnation has only become popular in recent centuries, although many still consider it controversial and unusual. How deep is the conflict between science and religion in relation to reincarnation? What do scientists and religious leaders think about reincarnation? The conflict between science and religion in relation to reincarnation is a complex issue that involves many opinions and beliefs. While some scientists reject the idea of reincarnation as purely unscientific on principle, many religious groups believe in it, and the topic of reincarnation plays an important role in their beliefs. In some cases, there is overlap, for example in Buddhist philosophy, which integrates both scientific and religious aspects into its beliefs. Is there any evidence or research on reincarnation? On the subject of reincarnation, there are many people who are skeptical and dismiss it as superstition. However, there are also many case studies, scientific researches, and reports that supposedly prove the existence of reincarnation. One example is the work of Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist who has studied over 3,000 cases of children who had memories of their past lives. In many cases, he was able to find evidence to suggest that these memories were indeed the origin of their past lives. Other researchers have come to similar results, suggesting that there is more to life than the life we lead in the present. It is important to focus on specific verified stories and be open to the possibility that there is something more than what we can see and understand. What is the purpose of reincarnation? The principle is that we return to Earth again and again as souls to learn and grow. Each of our lives is an opportunity to evolve and improve our souls. If we open ourselves to this perspective, we can see death and birth as part of a larger cycle and focus on making the most of each life. Above all, it is important to realize that we do not have just one life, but several. This allows us to detach from the idea that everything we do is only meaningful in this life. Instead, we can concentrate on developing our soul and focus on what is truly important. Through the experience of reincarnation, we can also become more aware that we are not only living for ourselves, but also for future generations. It is good to focus on the common good and try to make the world a better place. Through the experience of reincarnation, we can also realize that we are not alone and that we can rely on others. We can focus on our family and friends and try to help and support them. In short, The experience of reincarnation can help us focus on what is truly important and what fulfills our lives in a meaningful way. And this can be the end of our initial journey into the realm of reincarnation. A journey beyond death and birth. We have looked into various theories and concepts. Reincarnation is likely to remain an unsolved mystery for some time to come, and each person must decide for themselves whether or not they believe in it. We may never know what it is really like thanks to the veils of oblivion, but that doesn't mean we should stop looking for an answer to this riddle. In fact, the very idea of reincarnation can help us accept death as a part of life and encourage us to make the most of our present life. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, it is an exciting and inspiring idea that can make us look at our current life and this world with a completely different set of eyes.